All right, here we go again. Now, remember, I told you if you support Trump, that's fine, but he's a politician. Okay, he's going to say things, he's going to do things that you can't say and you can't do. Whatever it is, it is. If he owes God for it, he owes God for it. For whatever it is, it is. But don't you take those contracts. If they pay you to break into my apartment or tell you to pay people to break into my apartment or my house or anything like that, don't do it because your people will be killed. You're a part of a nation. If you're in law enforcement, you're in the law enforcement nation. Everything you do against the will of God will cause officers to be killed. Now, I can't tell you specifically who's doing it and who's not doing it. I told you that before Trump took office. That things happened the first time and officers started getting killed. Right. Some were even just driving off the road. So don't make it any worse than it is. People are cursing on them. Trump's even telling you that he hopes to go to heaven. He doesn't know for sure. He hears that he's going to hell. Right. So again, let's not gloss over what's important to be remembered. I can heal you all day long, but if you engage in that activity, the healing won't work. There's signs that somebody may have been in here, but I'm not worried about it because I can't, keep track of things while I'm in travel status. Right. Don't let them tell you that if I wouldn't say it, then they wouldn't do it, because that's the bullshit. They're waiting for me not to talk about it, and then they bring in additional people. Right. That's the scam. In fact, if I don't talk about it, they'll probably do it 10 times as much. Well, again, if the state police or even the police in Pennsylvania as a whole are involved in breaking into my apartment, that's why 2 officers got shot. Okay? It's just the way the Bible's written. It's the way all the scriptures are written. Don't tell yourselves that you're here from God to do what I'm doing when you're not doing it. Right? Because that's what they like to do. Well, you say you do this. You say you're like this. So why are you comparing yourself to me? You're all still in law enforcement, which is not Christian-like, which is not Christ-like, which is witch in a lot of cases. So don't play that game with me. That's the scam. Let's talk about things being something. Where if you're in law enforcement, you're an angel. Even if you commit crimes, you're an angel because you do it for God. So again, remember, there are limitations on everything, including that your status as a law enforcement officer somehow grandfathers you in to being good or being with God. Jesus was not a cop by a long shot. Well, because you have to judge people to begin with. Right. So again, if you're sitting in these positions and you're causing other people to fall right then and there, there's no way you could ever be a Christian. Right? If such a thing existed, because it's really just a sect of Judaism. Right. So again, if you were in my apartment this week or my rented room here or my hotel room, whatever it is, extended stay, then you got those 2 officers shot. I'll tell you that right now. You contributed to getting those 2 officers shot. Is it my curse that did it? No, it's God that did it, even if it's my curse that did it. Are those 2 officers coming against me? I don't know. Do I have an obligation to die for them because they're making money being crooks and calling it law enforcement? So again, I don't know who's involved and who's not involved. I'm just presenting to you the science of all of this. So again, if you know about your coworkers doing that kind of shit, you need to out it. You need to bring it people's attention because that's what's going to get officers killed. And don't let them tell you it's only because I curse you. Well, because if you use it against somebody who's not me, then it's probably has very little effect. Because everybody's, not everybody, but it's a good portion of people are in the game. If God brings people along and they can pay you to cause your neighbor to fall in whatever way it happens, then there's no way that somebody coming against you has any effect. Right. Because you're part of the game, all of you. I've never been part of the game and will not be part of the game. Don't let them flip this around. Oh, it's more. They may even see it, that the protection's slipping. Let's get more to say something so we can say it's more that's doing this. Again, most of it's just willful ignorance. You're all willfully ignorant because it's just easier for you to be corrupt and criminal. So again, if you know people that are doing it, they're the ones that got those officers shot because they lost the protection for all of you. Well, I should be a piece of shit and be corrupt just so that wouldn't happen when you come against me. I mean, what argument are you going to make next, all of you? Just covering it up, not saying anything is being part of it. Again, the idea is you have to come out of Babylon. And if you want to stay in that thing, you need to change it back to what it was. Again, if you're part of the watch, you have an obligation to bring up about what's going on. We're going to lie to you all day long about what's going on and how it's all happening. Don't call it law enforcement. You're crooks all of you. You work for criminal enterprise. You're part of narcotics distribution. You're part of sex trafficking, and you pay people that use drugs and get drunk all day to do shit to people that don't. Right. No, we already signed up, and that's fine. God will handle it all. But again, I don't know who those officers are, but you may have gotten them killed. It needs to be said. Don't act like, oh, it's better off left not unsaid, so I can make $1 million. Better off unsaid. Right? They'll say shit like that all day long with projection. Better not say. I'll show you what's better not said. Yeah. More than two can play at that game, all of you. There, anywhere I go, there's another person with me, and that's a person of God. Bullshit. You know what kind of fuckheads are in social media as law enforcement officers? You know what kind of fuckheads got jobs? I mean fuckheads. Literally. And figuratively. Got jobs in missing exploited children? They're fucking useless. That's why they're there. They're fucking useless. I agree. I'll tell you, make it useless and then say you got to go into the streets and micromanage everything. It's only going to go so far. The courts are going to reject parts of what you're all doing. Right. And then the liberals will take over. I just hope they don't reverse everything. Because we do need to make it safe. Right. You have to look at it this way. Don't listen to their bullshit. If an honest person, if a good person was missing exploited children, how much better would it be? Oh, there'd be less calls. You wouldn't be like, oh, you're amazing. Because there'd be less of that crime. Right. Don't you find it strange? Oh, I'm coming against law enforcement? That's what it is? Is that what it really is? Is that the bullshit you want to put out there? There's no doubt you have sex trafficking in Ross Township. And you let it happen. Why? Because you're being paid. Right. So you want to talk? We'll talk. You want to talk? We'll talk all day, all of you. I reacted poorly? Well, fuck you too. You didn't say anything investigative. You didn't say anything with intelligence when you projected that. You said, fuck you more. Fuckheads. Right. Oh, I'm not religious, so you're not going to heal your state police barracks? Why, Satan tell you not to? You get an extra $500,000 in your life if you don't heal your state police barracks? So you say, okay, because you're safe because Satan protects you? They're pieces of shit. Okay, the people that rise to the top of law enforcement in these $1 million lifestyle jobs are pieces of communist pieces, or Soviet, should I say, because you skewed what communism is. Soviet pieces of shit, organized crime pieces of shit, do nothing slug pieces of shit. Because the only way for them to ever have made money was to be a crook. Right. Listen to Trump. He's telling you there's questions of whether he's going to get into heaven. Right. He's got so many idiots around him that we can't get through to tell him what to do. Right. Which in itself might exonerate him and he might get to heaven on that alone. Mm-hmm. Oh, now she's going to tell you, I cursed the cops because they were in my room. I don't curse anybody directly. I cursed the people who came in my room, but I didn't curse the people who came in the room. I thought I just misplaced things. Right. So again, that didn't even happen. Right. But there's probably a blanket curse at this point on people to come in my room when they're not supposed to. Right. But if they would tell you the truth, that was happening when I was asleep in 1998, in the year 2000, in the year 2001. 9/11 may have happened because you came in my apartment and tried fucking my heads or my head. Right. It's not a game, even though you want to call it the game. So you want to keep on losing the protection of law enforcement, and law enforcement, then keep going. Keep committing your crimes, all of you. It's easier to be a piece of shit, isn't it? Right. They go, well, I responded to 911 calls. You may need us one day. If I was there, I'd do a better job. It's a system that we, honest people, put into place. You took it over and dirtied it, all of you. There's always been corruption, but not at this level. Right. So again, you want to blame somebody for those 2 officers being shot. Blame the people that lost you to protection that are corrupt. Of course, I'm not the only person they're doing it to. That's the scam. Oh, we're going to do some more. That's it, because he's such a bad person. Meanwhile, everybody else that's actually doing what they try to say I'm doing is out there doing it all day long. They call that winning. Putin knows what he's doing to this country. It's laughing. But you don't care. You got a new swimming pool, bigger house, bigger car, 7 women to have sex with every month. Just switch them up every other day. Right. They know where I draw the line. Draw the line, and you break it in the middle. And so does God. Again, the United States does also. It's real self. Right. I'm not safe and secure in some document there. Right. Shall not infringe. Right. But it's even stronger here. It'll kill. I told you, it'll kill the United States before you actually take over. Right. The only reason they got way on me is because I became a cop. If I never became a cop, my life would have been perfect. 100%. Look, they tried to kill my retirement. You can't even kill it now. Even if you went to Social Security, it's, oh, we're going to take your Social Security. You still can't kill my retirement. It's the same amount of money. I just may be taxed a little bit more. 100%. But not much. I mean, $200. Right. Because I earned it. Compared to everybody else, in the years I worked for the government, I worked twice as hard and twice as long. Oh, yeah, sure. You give them a cush job, a glory hound job, they'll do something. Yeah, you're just starting to work my hours now in ICE. Right. Of course, you're getting paid a lot more. Right. Just keep going. Just keep ignoring what they're doing to me and just keep going. Every couple of months, a couple of officers will be killed. You just write them off as sacrifice. That's actually what I was going to write yesterday. Something about sacrificing officers. But I held off. I go, oh, he's true. He's paranoid. What did Ozzy say? Satan laughing spreads his wings. Ozzy's in. Bring up Ozzy. Again, that's also in that image from Butler County. The witch's hat and then the wings. Something looks like kind of wings. Right. And anybody that knows that, Pennsylvania Dutch, that's like Hex and Vex world there. Right. That's what that image is. But I don't think it's the Amish. But they're sending it. They're probably part of sending the message. They don't speak out, at least outsiders. Neighbor, howdy, neighbors. I'm back in Pennsylvania. Why your voice this? Always changes. It's a sign that they're killing me. When they kill my spirit in one person, Hashem rouses me up in another person. So I'm gonna look at that image again. I guess we call it the image of the beast. Well, somebody got to talk to them in a way law enforcement needs to be talked to when that happens. Actually, keep you alive. If I chew you out, you'll stay alive longer. But eventually, God still might take you. Right. Yeah, so it looks winged. Right. And that actually came up before it. Satan laughing spreads his wings, I think, if I'm not mistaken, came up prior to me seeing this. Right. And then witch's hat. And witch's hat means something on the inside. Again, a hat is usually like a boss, I guess. So there's devil bosses over there in Butler County. Well, because it was weird, because spirits are speaking and I speak and the spirits speak through me. It sounds like me, but a lot of times, although sometimes the voice changes, and it was saying, why was it sent here? And in my mind, I was asking the question, but why was it sent here? But when it was all said and done, I realized it was something else trying to accuse me. Right. This is before I analyzed it. I was like, but why was it sent here? It's almost something I would buy, but not with that image on it. Now, if you look at it, if you look at the Pennsylvania Dutch stuff, it's close, right? Hex and Vex and all that stuff, or protection from hexes and vexes. And so, Amish imagery. They're moving. I have to make an official complaint. Then you tell me it never happened because it's not on the camera, right? Right. Weirdos. Right. See. Let's get to here. See if I can get this thing down. What it says. I can't see it. See if I go into here. Make sure. I can't read it. There's a Hex and Vex sign here. Oh, this is in Kansas. And now they're going to start with that shit. It's the same people. They just sent the money somewhere else. Right. Right. Now, Trump has no idea what's going on. I'm trying to get to show what this is. this down. So we get to show you its similarities. Again, you want to blame anybody, you blame those officers that are corrupt. They lost your protection again. Now, I can only surmise that it's, that that's what's going on. I can't investigate it past a certain point. That's what they want, so they can come and get me, Right. But actually, it really isn't. I could, legally, I can investigate everybody in here through a public database. Right. There are publicly available databases. Find everything out about everybody, including the cops in our city. Right. But I'm just like, I don't have the money to do it. Right. Big. But it's like the witches side of it. Right. It could be. I mean, there's Amish people that could be good, good magic people that are actually brainwashed by the deep state. Right. It's a scam. They somehow block the Wi-Fi signal, right, or hack into the camera and then say that nobody was in it. Right. It's part of their bullshit. Believe me, they're angry because their family went to hell. People in their family and in their circle went to hell for doing this shit. They order like Elon. He won't tell you everything. He might order a hit on somebody, and then his buddy dies. His buddy gets stabbed. Right. Some techies go nuts and they kill each other. Right. Or he orders a hit, and then his son becomes his daughter. The Bible still plays out. They just lie about what's going on. Right. What they do is they micromanage failure until, say, my life. It's like, oh, it's God in the Bible, but yet they're physically acting. Because if they didn't physically act, the spiritual side wouldn't be able to bother my life. Let's say I got to where I need to get, let's say, even $100,000 in the bank. There's no way they could do what they did, right? And I would have. God was providing houses for me to purchase that would have doubled in price in no time. Right? Within 3 years, they would have doubled in price. Probably now would triple in price if you waited a few more years, right? Agreed. Weirdos. Every last one was a weirdo going bound for hell. I'll just tell you that. That's why I do the politics thing. Say it's politics. They're actually willing me to buy that rug, right? Which tells me they've been able to do that to me. They just need to move away. Oh, you need good help. You need good help. We're going to write this up. You need good help. Bullshit. Try writing it up. Watch what happens to your whole entire county. Oh, shit. Yeah, they'll just lie to themselves all day. Hey, their lives are worse than ours, though. Hey! As everything diminishes down to zero. I should not say anything. The stock market would just crash until they let me back up. But again, over time, the earth became more evil. They bought into more and more stuff, right? Killed off more honest cops. That's what they're doing. They're killing a cop, killing an honest cop. That's what they're doing. The rest is bullshit. Well, I told you what to do to try to fix it, but you can't fix it. Like you can have the Pope himself go spend 10 years in Pennsylvania healing it. But if you got dirty cops and you're just allowing it to happen, your whole place will fail the whole entire time. Nobody will be able to fix it. Right. Don't make the other story. Oh, more doing it. Right. And again, it could be awful what you're doing to me. I can't tell you that it's not. Now, I can't tell you whether anybody was in here for sure. I'm not that interested. But again, when we have people killing their families, killing themselves, and after they kill their families, all this other kind of stuff, that's who's doing it. Dirty cops. Sometimes they're probably so addicted to it, they just do it because they can. And they laugh about it. Hee! Let's go get drunk. It's party. They're devils, man. Devils are real. There's a lot of them in law enforcement. Oh, but we look great, don't we? Look great doing it. Probably hire the Masons over here. I got to go over to that spot and look if the flagman's over there, see if they're going to do any work on that road tomorrow. That'd be like them to close off that road when I need to do work, right? I think they leave it open to local traffic. So that just shows you how they abuse government, right? And abuse the people with abuse of government. Man, Trump's not as confident as they want to portray. He knows the possibility he's going to hell, right? You could be hearing from me. It's no big deal. I'm a messenger. Told you I was an angel. Angel's got to say fuck you. Angel will say fuck you. I got no reason not to do what God wants me to do on this planet, even if it is say fuck you. Right? I can't be judged by this planet. I'm not part of your game. Oh, if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. You understand what they're doing? You're all playing the planet. Right. Not only do they call evil good and good evil, to get good accomplished, we have to do what's considered evil, but not evil in the eyes of the Lord, because it's just a mechanical. Right. Jesus cursed people. Paul cursed people. Again, their name was Yeshua and Shaul. Now, your take on the Bible doesn't work. You're all corrupt. You run around like secret society saving everybody when you're causing everybody to fall, but your own little clique that's already fallen anyway. It's just you all upside down how sin is considered. Causing somebody to fall is beyond a sin. It's beyond an abomination. It's the only thing that can't be forgiven. And that's a metaphysical and, of course, a psychological, including psychological operation. Your standards don't count. I've done this to 1 million people, and they've never reacted like this. Okay, Mr. Millionaire, how'd you get your money? Well, it don't matter because nobody investigates me anyway. And when they do, we know who to talk to. They're all a bunch of Weinsteins. Oh, Trump, he's talking about you because he's talking about Weinstein. See how they play that? Right. I got their whole thing charted from one end to the other. And why can I still remember it? Because of God. Otherwise, I'd be like Luna, be dead. Right. Of which they killed. So if you want your stuff to work, you all need to stop. Hey, you want to play your game? Play your game on. The end of your game is in hell anyway. Theoretically, what you call the game is what causes people to fall. So it'll go to hell with us. Have fun with the game in hell. Oh, it shows how crazy it is. We're just good people. Because we save you when you call 911. Satan takes over 911, you know? And it tells you how good he is. Well, stay peaceful. They'll continue their thing and we'll continue ours. Praise God in all that you do. Praise God.